I'm also in? Oh, closer. So you asked a question, what's the difference between Egel and Zahav and Ekelvim? I actually discussed it yesterday in my speech.
Yes.
I discussed that, yes.
And Joey knows the answer?
Joe, of course, it was in my speech. He knows the answer.
What is the answer? No. Even, just a question to Joey. So no, even my father knows what to answer. No, you tell me, what is the answer?
Because the Egel Zahav is Aboda Zara.
Mosai Shabbat, Perashat Ki Tisa, Tafshin Ayin Zayin. Mosai Shabbat of 2017 of Perashat Ki Tisa. We read today Perashat Ki Tisa and of Perashat Parah, 2017.
So the Egel Zahav was Aboda Zara Alan. It wasn't the way we were asked by God to
It's no Musfah. It's no Musfah. That's the difference. You only could have Aboda Zara if you have Mitzvot. The Goy cannot have Aboda Zara. Unless it's one because of one which are Mitzvot. Yes? But in theory, to be Aboda Zara, you have to have Aboda She'ena Zara. Only we say because Shaul is not whatever, fine. But in the theory, yes, to be Aboda Zara, you have to, have some formality. And
but let me just ask.
Yes.
Of course, one is asked by God, and one isn't. In terms of to make the Kerubim versus to make the Egel Zahav. But then there's a second thing. They thought that the Egel Zahav was an intermediary to God, and we do not.
I don't know, the word intermediary doesn't appear.
What I said yesterday, and this was based on your class in 1976. You gave me class and you said they have their old reporting. So before I gave the Derasha,
Did I use the word intermediary?
No. What you said was something very, I thought very illuminating. You said that, you started asking the question, how can it be that Shepanim spoke to Hashem? Now suddenly they say, Ele Elohecha Yisrael, Hashem Elucha Be'etzim Hanak. They didn't know that the Egel Ot Tzivut in Mitzrayim. So first of all you said, and I love this. Everybody goes into this big musar shtick about the Yetzer Hara and oy, and first they're speaking to Hashem in Har Sinai, and then they do the Egel Zahav, and they say, Ele Elohecha Yisrael, Asher Elucha Me'eretz Mitzrayim. It doesn't explain anything. I'm not going to say that. What you said is very. You said Am Yisrael was intelligent. I like that's a good premise, right? Am Yisrael was intelligent. They knew. This is what you said in the class, that Hashem could put the Shekhinah wherever He wants to put the Shekhinah. You said you go to the Kotel, it's Kadosh. Yes. You go to Bet Knesset Kadosh. Yes. Sefer Torah Kadosh. The Shekhinah is there. Yes. So their intention was that Hashem should be Mashreh, the Shekhinah, on the Egel. I in my speech yesterday, Joey, I used the word intermediary in the sense that I was explaining that among the Gentiles who used to do Aboda Zara, if they wanted to pray to a star or to a constellation or to whatever, to an Elil, they would make the Pesel, and they would believe that the Ruach of that star goes to the Pesel, and then they would pray to the Pesel, not because they pray to the Pesel, but as intermediary to that particular deity or star or whatever.
There is something very, very important that showed also in the Halakha, which is called consecratio, and in English consecration. The Pesach was a cross. You cannot pray to it until they make consecratio.
It's not, you're not chayav unless
No, I'm not talking to you.
You're talking about the Shitat HaGoyim.
The Shitat HaGoyim.
Shitat HaYehudim, you're not going to be chayav unless you...
But I'm not talking about
consecratio.
No? I think that it doesn't have the status of Aboda Zara until it had consecratio. I agree.
Yeah. And your grandmother was involved in it. You remember Esther many thousands of years ago, the first Sunday that we were walking in the park in St. Judas van, and all of a sudden everybody goes down to the floor. Do you remember? And they were bringing an unconsecrated virgin, the Episcopal virgin, to the Knesset. I didn't know that. I was in a park, and all of a sudden everybody goes down to the floor. And there were only two people standing up. Because me and your grandma. And because it was not consecrated yet, they were going to consecrate it in the Knesset.
In the church.
In the church.
I see.
You see? Yes. So it was scary. It wasn't scary, but Baruch Hashem, your mother strong. You know, really. So we were the only two who were not there, and then all of a sudden everybody looks at us. It's interesting. Yes. But anyhow, the question of is consecratio. Yes, and we don't have only for the Beit HaMikdash we have the and so on.
Right.
But
Right. So then I said, and this is really again, this is your class from 1976. I'm just following your class. I'm saying I said, but you said 1976. So what's wrong with it? So if their purpose was to worship Hashem, to worship the Shekinah, that's what they say. Because they believe that the Shekinah is now on the. What's wrong with it? And the answer is one of the most essential points of the Torah. Hashem can choose where to be mashkin the kabod. Hashem can choose how, under what circumstances, what midot the Mishkan has. Man has no right to tell Hashem where he should be mashkin the kabod. For man to do that is an affront, it is arrogance, and that is the exact point of Aboda Zara. Aboda Zara, and I said, by the way, Aboda Zara, I said, is the worst Abon, and it's even worse than Gilui Arot and Shefekut Damim, because Aboda Zara is the one thing that a Navi cannot be mevatel behorat shah. He can mevatel lo tirsah, he can be mevatel Gilui Arayot, he cannot ever. Alamba min Pirush HaMishnah, Hakamat Pirush HaMishnah.
It says Gilui Arayot.
He can be mevatel Gilui Arayot and Shefekut Damim, but he can never be mevatel
Shefekut Damim, I understand.
Right.
But I don't remember.
But the point is, it's a severe Avera.
So somebody asked me a question yesterday, what about Eliyahu when they had a Carmel?
Eliyahu Karmel was Horat Shah. Eliyahu Karmel.
Thank you.
Eliyahu Karmel was Horat Shah to bring a Korban Michus to Beit HaMikdash. What's Shaila? That's Aboda Zara. To bow down to the Baal.
Right.
Good question. So yesterday in my speech. And I said, and then I said, and how far is Aboda Zara? What makes Aboda Zara? In other words, okay, Hashem, the Egel, it's Zara. It's Aboda Shehi Zara. I said, Aboda Zara doesn't even have to be Aboda Shehi Zara. It's even worse than you think. Why? When I said, Fik El Kiyas, Rabbeinu Saad Yagon, in your class, Fik, by the way, there's the Yemenites, there's all the Yemenites, the rabbi of the place. The one who was in charge, he loved it. Every time I mentioned Saad Gaon or Dudalevi, so I said, Fikir Kiyas, he saw it, he's an old man.
I heard him.
You saw? He was like, he was like, who is this guy? So I'm saying, the Arabi, Fikir Kiyas, like the Yemenite. So I said, Fikir Kiyas, so I said, the law of Hekesh. So look at this, Aharon HaKohen brings the Ketoret in the Mishkan. His sons bring the exact same Ketoret, the exact same Machta, in the exact same place. Why is that Zah?
Asher lo siva otam.
Anything that Hashem is not Mesaveh is, by definition, Zah. And that's a very important point.
Yeah.
Even to bring an extra Korban for which there is no authority, that is Zah, but it's the same Korban. Keves, and I did the Emurim, I brought the Emurim on the Mizbeach, no, that's Aboda Zara. So you cannot make anything.
And that's the point of the Kerubim, because from the point of view of art, it's the same. This is the Kerubim order. It's part of the, and that I think is.
So then I made Shachita on the, Eliyahu Navi did Shachita on the Abad.
Yes.
So I made Shachita on the breast birds.
Right.
Now, you have to understand that there's about 300 people in the knis. It's upstairs, it's downstairs. It's a Yemenite knis, right? Now, sitting in the front row right by me was one of these big Hasidim with the big, with those.
But he was breast,
I'm pretty sure he's breast
Next told me the viewers.
Right. So I'm pretty.
Mine or your father?
He used to go to my father's classes.
Right. And he realized it's not for him. So I didn't care. I said, you know what? It can't be that the Talmidei Chachamim are afraid to speak against Aboda Zara. So I said, what is this thing that on Rosh Hashanah, tens of thousands of people leave Eretz Yisrael? Eretz Yisrael is the makom of the Shekhinah. They leave on Rosh Hashanah. They go to Ukraine, Uman, right? I said, what is this? Aboda Zara. I said, where did Hashem tell us to leave Eretz Yisrael? I said, Masechet Kelim, first chapter, last Mishnah. I said, Kedusho. This is Tumat HaGoyim. The second you leave Eretz Yisrael, you become Tameh. You're going to worship Hashem by leaving Eretz Yisrael and going to a Bet Kevarot on Rosh Hashanah. Is there a greater example of Hashem Siva Ota? I said, Epo Siva Lanu. I started to people like this, murmuring people like this. So I said, all the Yemenites, and this and that, they were like, Babash, Mabsuti. Among the younger, there was like that guy with the picky pie, he was like ready to he's getting good at
There was young people which actually really appreciated it.
But then you saw the young Yemenites, they loved it, they were happy, like they came out, the younger people. And I said, this is a mitzvah. Hitzalti otam. All they hear is stupidity in the press ups. Yomam balayla, lo yishtotu. Lo yishbotu. Yomam balayla, yomam balayla. So finally they heard somebody who said, by the way, it's Aboda Zara. They'll never go there. They'll never go there. They'll never do that.
And if they go there, they know it's Aboda Zara, so they're hayavim.
But then they'll never go. Like that guy in front of us, he was really maftirad. A lot of young people.
But the one that sat next to you, he was, he appreciated it.
Exactly.
Maybe one day that you're speaking, you invite me to be there because I would like to.
Yeah, you would have enjoyed it. You would have enjoyed it. But I enjoyed it. But l'zkutat the Yemen, there's no other synagogue where I would make a derasha like that. I would not. Say, kulam, 90% of all the other Sephardi synagogues, kulam making tamim.
The Yemenites do not believe in these shtuyot. The Yemenites.
That's all.
Because they study the Yesod HaYesodot of the Yemenites with the Rambam.
Right, I was hear the Yemenites saying how what these two mechashifot mamash, they were ganging up on some Yemenite bus. This is a true story. We want
two Jewish women, ex-wives and Jacob's brothers.
I'll tell you what, I was on the way to somewhere on this, and they were going to go to some kevya. So they were telling מה, אתה לא מאמין בתפילות של הקבר? אנחנו התימנים, אנחנו מאמינים ש...
That's what you said?
No, the Yemenite guy. He said, אנחנו מתפללים ישר לא צריכים אמצעים. לא, אבל הצדיק הוא מליץ טוב בעדך, הוא ככה, הוא זה. לא, אנחנו לא צריכים, ממש רק מכשפות.
ממש מכשפות.
They looked at מכשפות, they were like laughing at him together, like in a really witchly...
These religious people, they have the lack of derech of the Gentile, the pagan idolaters. Most of society has advanced beyond that.
They believe in yes derech eretz and Torah. In yes Torah and derech eretz.
Society, average Chiloni, non-religious Jew, learn, okay, derech eretz is important. These people, they don't have it. They're still like the primitives from 300-400 years ago. I think you once pointed out that Eliade, in one of his books, he says that the old mystical religion of the gypsies from Europe, it's all been eradicated, except among these pseudo-Kabbalistic Jews who, the Shtuyot, that the Shtuyot.
By the way, you should read Eliade. Did you read it?
Yeah.
You have, what do you have of him? You have many books?
About cyclical time and mythology.
Yes, if you want, I have some books.
I love his books, yeah.
Yeah, before you go, I go down Yeshua Shalmata and I bring you some.
With demographics.
Say, Eliade is one of a fantastic Pataknita,
right. So Joey, tell us about the golden doves we studied yesterday. We were studying about Borges, and I explained to him about the library of Babel. It was great.
And I told you that I met the person in Borges.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
We were contemplating.
Just let me bring the book because before
Daddy, I think demographically, probably the Jewish people today are very. I don't know if are we advanced compared to the past, or are we less advanced?
That's it. So these people, they're primitive compared to the Goyim. Have already given up that.
The past Jewish people. When we did the Tanaim, like 95% were Amei Ha'aretz, right?
Yes.
On the other hand, they were aware of the fact that they're Amar Asud, and they knew that the rabbis were the rabbis. You never heard a story of somebody disrespecting a rabbi. If you did hear a story of somebody disrespecting a rabbi, there was there was always in the story people who, you don't disrespect the rabbi, right?
Okay.
So on one hand, nowadays you have a lot of people that study Torah, right? A lot more, I think, than maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, no, fine.
You have a lot of learning. You have a lot of supposedly learning people. Let's say 20% are Ki'ilu religious. Let's say out of the 20%, really 5% really study. So Do you think demographically we're better or worse than like the Tanaim, the Moraim?
Society, as a rule, has advanced. In general, society is better.
I'm saying religiously.
I understand. Society is better educated today. Right now, Jews, I think today, on the one hand, in Israel, there is a lot of yeshivot in this. The problem is that most of these people have an epistemology that is closer to the ancient Gentile religions or to the Muslim fanatics than the epistemology of the Torah. I don't know. Yes, there's more people studying. Probably more people would be able to answer questions of halakha and this and that. But what good is it if you mock a Yemenite bus driver that he doesn't want to do Aboda Zara? Meaning, what good is all, they know that it's batel b'shishim, or had b'tzveh batil. They won't even say had b'tzveh batil, b'tzveh shvavet, that's a big kula. So they know batel b'shishim, okay, batel b'shishim, okay, and then the funny reason why it's not batel b'shishim, but it's really not batel. But it doesn't matter. Let's say they know some halakha. The point is, what good is it if you will act like a pagan and mock a Yemenite who doesn't want to do Aboda Zara? Thank you.
I have about 7 other books, 7 other volumes of him.
Wow.
You want all of them?
For now, we'll take this,
All right.
and then we'll end to Septaki Shruta, if I may, when you're ready. And
Yeah.
The
But you're not going to take it now.
it's not whatever you want, it's up to you.
Yes, you could take it now.
If possible, yeah. Whatever.
when I was in Eretz
Say
Tum'ah,
now?
No.
when I was in Eretz Tum'ah, Poland, so
Yeah.
they took us to the kever of Rabbi Eli Melech Milizhansk. Oh, Kadosh, Kadosh. You heard of Rabbi Eli Melech Milizhansk?
No, some of these were maybe wonderful to me.
Oh, no.
But
I think. Put me water.
I don't know. We're not gonna. Anyway, so everybody was in the kever with a tish. It was freezing outside. It was zero. It was really, really cold outside, especially for a bunch of Israelis coming from Israel in the middle of and towards the end of the summer. It was very cold. So only me and one more person were outside. Me and a Yemenite person. That's it.
I love it.
We were outside, and the security guard already saw it a few times. He wanted to smoke a cigarette. He said, "I sleep well before that." He said, "I want to smoke a cigarette." I think the Yemenites are very, very much more.
So here also, what you just said. So here's the yeshiva. Good boys, nice boys, they study Torah, very nice. That's good. But look at the epistemology. This connection with the grave.
Technology, right?
Right, I said exactly. This connection with the grave of a person who is in Olam Haba, far, far, far away. You think what the neshama has nothing to do but to be in some cave in Poland? Amish suffered in Poland and the Holocaust. He's in Olam Haba. Let's say he's a great tzaddik. He's studying Torah with the Tanaim, with the Amoraim.
and they're really here.
Where did they learn to obsess over a grave? Where did they learn that?
It's like
The Gentiles. The Gentiles.
Jesus,
used to obsess
Jesus.
over
Okay.
By the way, it's a true. I think it's like it has an insinuation to the Torah Shuyot. Why? Because they believe the goof is there, right? You have the body, yeah, but you have the neshama also. They're two like separate things. The neshama is going to and the goof is going to go to the neshama, which is that. And then they believe also. Right, and then they also believe that there's a Kadosh Baruch Hu, which is going to be able to, if the goof and the neshama agdim together to help you. Kadosh Baruch Hu had, it's like mamash pagan rituals and different kol minei elim. For them, the goof is like an elim.
It is, yeah.
لازم انت اللي تشتتها على كبريت صديقتي ولا لا? Where, by the way, do we have any?
In the Gemara?
In the Gemara, no, obviously, right?
No, in the Gemara, it says that when the Meraglim went to Me'at HaMachpelah, Ishtateh, Kaleb Ben Yefuneh, Ishtateh al Kivrei Avot. I explained, I think one of my great Kibbushim,
Yes.
what does it mean Ishtateh al Kivrei Avot? The Meraglim were having a problem. They go there, they see cities, they see roads, they see stores, they see an entire population. There's nothing Jewish there. What gives us the right to this place? What gives us the right to this place? It's a completely Gentile society. We have no right here. If it was empty, it's one thing. So they were lost. They were in a desert. They were in a desert that they never got out of. Because they never got out of that desert, when they come back, they say, really, we shouldn't be taking this place, you know.
It's all built.
Right.
Palestinians are there.
We can't fight for it. When a person doesn't want to fight for something, then he'll automatically find a reason, they're stronger than us for this. They don't want to fight for it. There is no Jewish thing there. I explained that Caleb ben Yefuneh, he found this, says, you're wrong. Look, this is where our parents are buried. You see this buried? It says, Lishtateh, Minason Shetach. He's saying, this is ours.
I like that.
You don't see anything else here? I see this. And then he starts praying to Hashem, help me. Why does he pray to Hashem? This is ours. This is ours. Me'arat HaMachpelah, Abraham Avinu bought it. He bought it. The $400 shekel kesef. He found it. He couldn't believe he found it. What are the chances of somebody finding Me'arat HaMachpelah? I can try to find about Me'arat HaMachpelah. He found Me'arat HaMachpelah. And then this is ours. It's our space. And then he prays to Hashem and he says this and this and this and this. Not because in the Kever, there's any Kedusha in the Kever.
In fact, there's no Kedusha.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yes.
Very nice. Very nice. So.
Yes, the Peshat.
Yeah. So when you study, the problem with these people is they're clueless. They do what Kever calls bricolage. Oh, it says, Bali Shotecha Pirello, so you bring but take it out.
I forgot to give you fork. Did you take fork?
We don't need four.
Oh my God,
They
I'm
come from
so
Ra'anana.
sorry.
Ra'anana, there's no folks around.
I'm folding the laundry and all of a sudden all
Nah.
right, fine, you finished.
Oh.
Thank you very much,
All
Torah.
right,
I really
I want to
appreciate
show you a picture.
Okay, wow.
What?
it. I know
What?
the grammar. تحت حبات. أما نبي هذا حلم.
When you see it, when you see it.
זוהי אתה,
هذا حلم.
כן, שגם לי היה חלום.
נביא, so I saw that. No.
מה? Somebody
I really like
gave me,
that. We should.
somebody gave me this.
Like, get.
My
Wait for
aunt.
you. Wait. I want to see her. I want to see you also. Whoa.
She's the most beautiful woman I ever saw in my life.
That's a really cool picture. That's weird. Who gave this to you?
Dodo Rachel gave me the frame with the picture
That's a nice
That's a
picture.
beautiful
Oh,
picture.
Purim.
Wow.
with something else, not just that. חס וחלילה, she'll give me only that. כן.
Wow.
What a picture.
You always say one picture because of your father. What about your mother? Also, not bad at all.
Beautiful picture.
No?
A million years ago.
Million, yeah.
That was. You got married where?
In Haifa.
In Haifa, you know the street that you could see the Ghana Parsi?
You like it? You like it?
You know when you go back
Yeah.
from Haifa to
Next to Wadi
Netanya?
Nisnas.
כן.
I'm in the Shatas.
In that street,
Private use only.
there was a אולם